going to discuss structure of benzene. In today's lecture, I will discuss about characteristic of benzene or aromatic compounds, discovery of benzene, derivation of structure of benzene, calculus structure of benzene, resonance structure of benzene, and molecular orbital structure of benzene. So, start with introduction. Organic compounds can be broadly classified as aliphatic compounds and aromatic compounds, right? As we know, benzene is organic compound, right? And organic compounds can be broadly classified as aliphatic compounds and aromatic compounds, right? So, what is aliphatic compound? First, open chain organic compounds or hydrocarbons are known as the aliphatic compounds, right? And aromatic compounds are the benzene and structure resembles to benzene are known as aromatic compounds, right? Now, characteristics of benzene or aromatic compounds, right? As we know, benzene is highly aromatic compound and considered as a basic aromatic hydrocarbons, right? It is cyclic and planar in nature. They possess pleasant aroma, so named aromatic compounds, right? They possess the special characteristic smell. That's why it is known as the aromatic compound. They undergo substitution reaction rather than addition reaction, right? This point is briefly or elaborated in reactions of benzene, right? Why benzene undergoes substitution reaction rather than addition reaction. Its special characteristic, right? Then molecular formula of benzene is C6H6. That means benzene contains 6 atoms of carbon and 6 hydrogen atoms, right? They are known as benzenoid compounds or benzenoids, right? Aromatic compound that resembles structure of benzene are known as benzenoid compound or benzenoids. For example, benzene, toluene, xylene, phenol, etc. See structure of different benzene or benzenoid compound. First one is benzene, simple 6-membered aromatic ring, right? It is benzene. Then, when one methyl group present on benzene is known as the toluene. When 2 methyl group present on aromatic ring, benzene ring, then it is xylene, right? Now, again, relative position of 2 methyl group present on benzene ring beside either it is ortho, meta or paraxylene. For example, when 2 methyl group are present at 1,2 position to each other, then it is orthoxylene, right? Next, phenol. When benzene ring have one OH group, hydroxyl group on ring, then it is known as phenol. And when one chlorine atom present on benzene ring, then it is chlorobenzene. Next one is discovery of benzene. Right? It was isolated in 1825 by scientist Michael Faraday, who determined CH ratio to be 1:1. Right? In this topic, we will discuss how benzene is discovered, how structure of benzene is discovered, how its molecular formula is discovered, right? So, it was first isolated by Michael Faraday in 1825 and he determined ratio of carbon and hydrogen atom in benzene is to be 1:1. That means if 2 carbon present, then it's correspond to 2 hydrogen atom, right? Same number of carbon and hydrogen atom present in structure of benzene. Then it was synthesized in 1834 by Ilhard Mitscherlich by heating benzoic acid and determined molecular formula to be C6H6, right? Then Ilhard synthesized its structure, right? determined its structure. How? By heating benzoic acid. When benzoic acid was heated at high temperature, then it loses one molecule of carbon dioxide and produces the benzene, right? That means from benzoic acid, that is benzene ring having COOH group, right? It loses molecule CO2, then remaining compound is benzene, and which have the 6 atoms of carbon and 6 atoms of hydrogen, right? So it determined that benzene should have molecular formula C6H6, right? And this also prove the discovery of Faraday, that is ratio of carbon and hydrogen atom is 1:1, right? So it also proved that discovery here molecular formula of benzene is C6H6, right? 6 carbon atoms and 6 hydrogen atoms, right? Then it was derived from gum benzoin and thus named it benzene, right? From natural source, that is benzoin, gum benzoin, right? It was derived, and that's why it named as benzene, and it's spelled as BENZIN, right? But now it is called as benzene, which is spelled BENZENE, right? Next, derivation of structure of benzene, right? How its structure derived is continued. Its molecular formula is C6H6, as I discussed, right? 6 carbon atoms and 6 hydrogen atoms, right? But its corresponding saturated structure, which have 6 carbon atoms, that is hexane, right? Sorry, that is C6H14, right? Now compare both structure, both have 6 carbon atom, right? But in benzene, in correspond to 6 carbon atom, 6 hydrogen atoms are present, right? While in hexane, which is saturated structure, right, in correspond of 6 carbon atoms, there are 14 hydrogen atoms present, right? That means in hexane, 4 valencies of carbon atoms are satisfied by attachment with a single hydrogen atom, right? That's why it is saturated structure, right? While in benzene, 6 carbon atoms is attached with 6 hydrogen atom, right? So it means there are possibility of presence of pi bond, right? Double bond. That's why it is considered as highly unsaturated compound, right? When structure of saturated hexane and benzene is compared, then it showed that benzene should have double bond, pi bond, and it was considered as highly unsaturated compound, right? It contained more than 1 pi bond. This fact is supported by various observations, right? How it should contain more than 1 pi bond is supported by various discovery or observation by chemical reactions. For example, first one is benzene was heated with 3 molecules of hydrogen gas, right? In presence of nickel as catalyst, then benzene could absorb 3 molecules of hydrogen gas, right? And it formed cyclohexane, right? So it showed that benzene have capacity to absorb 3 molecules of hydrogen atom. That means it should have 3 pi bond, right? Similarly, second experiment was that benzene was reacted with chlorine atom in presence of UV light and it formed benzene hexachloride, right? Again, this experiment showed that 3 molecules of chlorine was absorbed by the benzene. That means it should have 3 pi bond. Next experiment was that benzene was reacted with ozone molecule. Again, benzene molecule was absorbed 3 molecules of ozone and formed triazoid, right? it means it should have 3 pi bond. Next point, that is benzene resist oxidation, right? Here in previous slide we discussed that benzene should have 3 pi bond, right? 3 double bond, right? So benzene can easily oxidized, right, by breaking down this pi bond. But actually, practically, benzene resists oxidation. Benzene does not undergo oxidation reaction practically, right? Why? For example, powerful oxidizing agent like chromic acid, potassium permanganate, right? This type of powerful oxidizing agent even cannot oxidize benzene, even it have the pi bond, right? But why? It is explained later. Then benzene shows substitution rather than addition reactions, right? Again, same point. If any compound have double or triple bond, that is pi bond, right, then it is easily undergoes addition reaction, right? It is easily undergoes addition reaction. But here benzene having 3 pi bond, but it does not show the addition reaction, right? In spite of having double bond or pi bond, it shows the substitution reaction, and it is the characteristic of saturated compound, right? So it is the opposite theory, benzene having double bond and it shows the substitution reaction, right? But why, it explained later. See one example. In center, benzene molecule is given, right, which have C6H6 molecular formula, right? When it is reacted with bromine in presence of carbon tetrachloride, it should undergoes addition reaction and form product C6H6Br2, right? So in this, one double bond between two carbon atom is broken down, and on both carbon atom, two bromine atom are added, right? So C6H6Br2, right? But actually, practically, this product not formed, right? In place of that, when benzene reacted with bromine in presence of ferrous bromide, it produces the substitution product, that is C6H5Br and plus HBr as a side product, right? Now for this, to understand this point, first of all you have clearance about what is addition reaction and what is substitution reaction, right? Addition reaction, in addition reaction there is a breaking down of the pi bond, right? Pi bond is broken down and a group or atom are added, new group or atom are added, right? In substitution reaction, new group or atom added by replacement with group or atom present on molecule, right? There is a difference between addition reaction and substitution reaction. In addition reaction, new group or atom is added by breaking down the pi bond, right? While in substitution reaction, there is no breaking down of pi bond or any single bond, right? But in substitution reaction, there is a substitution or replacement of group or atom present on molecule by new group or atom, right? See here example, in addition reaction, right, two double bond between carbon is broken down, and on both carbon which was part of pi bond, right, there two bromine atom are added, right, and form the addition product, but it is not actually produced. And in substitution reaction, C6H6, that is benzene, right? In benzene, one hydrogen atom is replaced with one bromine atom, right? And compound having the formula C6H5Br is produced, right? One hydrogen atom is replaced with one bromine atom, right? So that is substitution reaction, and this one is the substitution product C6H5Br. Now, Kekule structure of benzene, right? Scientist Friedrich August Kekule was discovered this structure, Kekule structure, in 1865. Right? Kekule structure state that 6 carbon atoms of benzene are joined together by alternate single and double bonds. Right? It showed that 6 carbon atoms of benzene are joined together by alternate single and double bonds, right? And it forms hexagonal ring, right? Each carbon is further connected to a hydrogen atom, right? In previous discovery, we have seen that only that molecular formula is observed, right? Molecular formula was discovered, that is benzene have 6 carbon atoms and 6 hydrogen atoms, right? But how they bound to each other, that was first described by the Kekule structure, right? And scientist Kekule, right? And Kekule showed that or assumed that 6 carbon atoms of benzene are joined together by alternate single and double bonds and form the hexagonal ring. That is the structure of benzene, right? And each carbon is further connected to one hydrogen atom. That means 6 carbon atoms again attached with one hydrogen atom, right? So it gives the molecular formula C6H6. Right? But they are different or 3 objections to Kekule structure, right? It could not explain the stability of benzene, right? As we see, oxidizing agent, powerful oxidizing agent cannot oxidize the benzene ring, even it have the pi bond, right? So this structure, Kekule structure, could not explain the stability of benzene towards oxidizing agent, right? Why benzene does not undergo the oxidation reaction in presence of even strong oxidizing agent. It is not explained by Kekule structure, right? Second one is the position of single and double bonds, right? There is alternate double or single bond present, but actual position of single and double bonds are not explained by the Kekule structure, right? Then if there is a single bond, alternate single and double bond present, right? That means one single bond, one double bond, one single bond, one double bond, right? So it should have the different wavelength and angle, bond angle, right? There is a different wavelength of bond length of double bond and different bond length of single bond, right? But extra diffraction shows that benzene is a regular hexagonal with an angle of 120 degree and all carbon-carbon single bond lengths are equal, right? According to Kekule structure, there is a presence of alternating single and double bond, right, as we discussed. So it should have different bond length and different bond angle, right? Single bond and double bond have different bond length and different bond angle, right? But practically, when X-ray diffraction shows that benzene is regular hexagonal with an angle of 120 degree, right? All bond angle is 120 degree and all carbon-carbon bond length are equal, right? So why this happen is not explained by Kekule structure. Right? This is 3 objections. Now, resonance structure of benzene. Right? Limitations of Kekule structure has been explained by this resonance structure. Right? It has been proposed to explain all the limitations of Kekule structure. Right? It has been explained that benzene is a resonance hybrid of 2 Kekule structure, that is 1 and 2, right? It has been explained that benzene is a resonance hybrid of 2 Kekule structure 1 and 2. Same structure, there is a different position of pi bond in both structure, right? Structure 1 and structure 2. In both structure, there is a different position of pi bond, right? There is a alternatively present single and double bond, but position of carbons are different, right, in both cases. So it considered that benzene have the resonance hybrid of two calculus structure 1 and 2, right. These two structures are canonical forms of benzene, right. Two structures 1 and 2 are considered as a canonical form of benzene, that is resonance structure, right. Benzene is a resonance hybrid of these two structures, CH structure, two equivalent resonating structure of benzene. In both structure, position of the double bond between carbons are different, right. That means it should move or delocalized, right, and form the resonance hybrid, right. Any two adjacent carbon atoms of the benzene molecule are neither joined by a pure single bond nor by a pure double bond, right. In calculus structure, it defined only that alternative presence of the single and double bond, right. But practically it shows that all bond length and bond angle are same, right, and it was not explained by calculus why it happens. Here it explained that benzene molecule are neither carbon atoms of benzene molecule are neither joined by pure single bond or nor by a pure double bond, right. All the carbon-carbon bond lengths are equal, that is 1.39 angstrom, right, which lies between single bond length and double bond length, right. Carbon-carbon double bond length is 1.34 angstrom and carbon-carbon single bond length is 1.54 angstrom, right. And practically carbon-carbon bond length in benzene, that is 1.39 angstrom, right, that lies between the value 1.34 and 1.54, right. From this observation, it can be said that there is no pure single bond or no pure double bond between two adjacent carbon of benzene molecule, right. Resonance hybrid is always more stable than its canonical structure, right. It explains unusual stability and equality of carbon-carbon bond length in benzene, right. As we discussed previously, that benzene have the stability towards the oxidizing reaction or oxidation reaction, right. Why? Here second point was that it undergoes the substitution reaction rather than addition reaction. Why its stability? This stability is because of its resonance structure, right. It is resonance stabilized structure. That's why to target the double bond or pi bond in benzene is difficult, right, because it is in continuous movement form, so easily it cannot be targeted and cannot be broken down, right. That's why oxidizing reaction cannot be performed with the benzene, right, in the benzene ring especially, right? And equality of carbon-carbon bond. Why all bond length are similar, right? That is 1.39. Why? Because there is a continuous movement of double bond, right? There is no fixed position of double bond between any two carbon, right? It is in continuous movement form, right? So that's why it has the same bond length. Next one is molecular orbital structure of benzene, right? Molecular orbital theory states that all the carbon atoms of the benzene are assumed to be sp2 hybridized, right? Now, what is sp2 hybridization? In sp2 hybridization, one s orbital and two p orbital are combined and get hybridized to form three new sp2 hybridized orbital, right? In sp2 hybridization, there is a formation of three sp2 hybridized orbital, right? And in this, one s orbital and two p orbital are participate to form three new sp2 hybridized orbital, right? So, in benzene, all carbon atoms are considered as sp2 hybridized carbon atoms, right? because it is a part of conjugated double bonds, and generally carbon which are part of pi bond or double bond is sp2 hybridized, right? So in benzene, all carbons are considered as a part of conjugated double bonds, and that's why they are sp2 hybridized, right? It contains 6 carbon atoms and 6 hydrogen atoms, as we discussed, right? Each carbon atom forms CC single bond with 2 adjacent carbon atoms and 1 CH sigma bond with H atom, right? So there is a 3 single bond, right? One carbon is single bonded to 3 atom, right? 2 adjacent carbon atom and 1 hydrogen atom, right? Now CC single bond is formed by overlapping of 2 sp2 hybridized orbital, right? Both carbon are sp2 hybridized, and it forms the new 3 sp2 hybridized orbital, right? So one carbon is attached with 2 carbon atom by overlapping their sp2 hybridized orbital, right? And in CH sigma bond there is an overlapping of sp2 hybrid orbital of carbon atom and one s orbital of hydrogen atom, right? So in CH bond overlapping of sp2 hybridized orbital and one s orbital occur, right? And in CC single bond both sp2 hybridized orbital of both carbon is overlapped and form single bond sigma bond, right? So 6 CC sigma bonds and 6 CH sigma bonds will form, right? And bond angle is 120 degree, right? Bond angle between any two adjacent carbon atom or between any two sigma bond is 120 degree, right? See structure, see here structure of benzene is given, right? And bond angle between any two adjacent sigma bond is 120 degree. See in pink color, right? There is a bond angle between CC carbon, CC bond and CH bond, right? Then greenish color, right? Again CH bond and sigma bond between another carbon, that is CC bond, right? That is 120 degree, and bond angle between two sigma bond adjacent to two carbon atom, right? That is 120 degree, right? So all bond angle are equal, right? Any bond angle between any two adjacent sigma bond, that is 120 degree, right? Then see bond length, that is carbon-carbon bond length, that is 1.39 angstrom or 139 picometer, right? And see that all for the all carbon-carbon sigma bond equals same, right? 1.39 angstrom or 139 picometer is same for all carbon-carbon single bond, right? And bond length of CH sigma bond, that is 1.09 angstrom or 109 picometer, right? Now this is the orbital picture of the benzene, right? Here only we discuss about the sigma bond, right? Which are formed in structure of benzene, right? That is between carbon atoms and carbon with hydrogen atom, right? Now what is about the pi bond, right? In sp2 hybridization what happened, right? As I said, one s orbital and two p orbital are get hybridized and form the new sp2 hybridized orbital, right? But in 2p orbital, suborbital pz is remain unhybridized, right? As we know, p orbital have three suborbitals, that is px, py and pz, right? So that is known as the degenerative orbitals, which have the same energy, right? So in this type of hybridization, only px and py orbital are involved in the hybridization, and pz orbital remain unhybridized, right? And this unhybridized p orbital from each carbon form the electron cloud above and below the plane of benzene ring as seen in structure. See, green and blue color cloud, that is the orbital is the unhybridized p orbital, right? Unhybridized p orbital, right? And overlapping of this unhybridized p orbital between two carbon atom form the pi bond, right? There is 6 unhybridized p orbital from each carbon, right? And overlapping between two unhybridized p orbital of two carbon form the 1 pi bond, right? So total 3 pi bond is formed, right? And it is in continuous movement form, right? And when overlapping occur, it form the overlapping of the pi unhybridized p orbital occur and it form the donut-like structure. Let's see structure, green and blue donut-like structure above and below the plane of benzene ring, right? So it defines the molecular orbital picture of the benzene ring, right? And it is the continuous in movement form, right? Involvement of pi electrons in the formation of more than one bond is called delocalization of the electrons. Right here we see in structure of benzene, pi electrons is involved in the more than one carbon atom, right, and form the delocalized electron cloud. Right, so involvement of pi electrons in the formation of more than one bond is called delocalization of the electrons or delocalized electron, which are in continuously movement form, right? This delocalization makes the molecule more stable. That's why benzene is more resonance stabilized structure, right? And that's why it does not undergo the addition reaction or oxidation reaction, right? So it is the resonance stabilized structure, and that's why benzene can be represented as a hexagon with a circle in the center. See, like this, right? It shows circle in the center show the continuous movement or continuous delocalization of the pi electrons, right? There is no fixed position of pi bond between any two carbon atom. It is continuously movement form, right? It is continuously delocalized, right? So it is all about the structure of benzene here, right? Previously we see the some analytical and practical experimental proof about the molecular formula of benzene, that is C6H6, right? How it derived, right? And then we see the calculus structure of the benzene and its limitation, then resonance structure of benzene, and then molecular structure of benzene, right? So it all structure and evidences showed that benzene is hexagonal ring. Benzene structure is represented as a hexagonal ring with a circle in the center, right? So it defined that carbon have the benzene have the 6 carbon atom and 6 hydrogen atoms, right? And 3 pi bond, which is continuously movement form. That's why benzene is resonance stabilized structure. Thank you.